What does the United States need to do to get this global economy in hand, and can it?
The United States is the leading world power. It is the source of the greatest innovation and technological advance the world has ever seen. It still is. It's got miraculous skills in its economy. The question is, can the world economy restore its high level of growth without people working together? A solution in America is not going to be enough because, one, you can't have financial stability in one country without having it in another. So you need a global approach to financial stability. Secondly, you need a global approach to trade. America benefits from the rapidly rising consumer markets in Asia. So America has got to become, if you like, the architect of a new trade agreement. And thirdly, you don't get growth unless you cooperate across nations now. And so America should put down the America plan for the future, rather like the Marshall Plan in the 1940s, and say, look, this is where we've got to do, what we've got to do. China's got to consume more, Asia's got to consume more, Europe's got to reform its markets, America's prepared to invest in the future while doing its fiscal consolidation, and that would mean, in my view, that you would have this exit strategy from a crisis based on high growth and high employment and not low growth, and what I fear is high unemployment for a decade.
What seems to be gripping, though, everybody, whether here in the United States or in Europe, is the idea of debt. And so everybody's talking about trying to rebalance and pay off the debt.
I know, but you've got three problems. You have got a fiscal deficit, which was inevitable because you lost revenues during the recession. But you've got massive bank liabilities as well, which is spilling over into being the fiscal problem as well. But a lot of banks are still not properly capitalized, and the financial system globally is not in the best condition. And the third thing is you haven't got enough growth. So you will always have high unemployment if you can't actually have the growth that is necessary to keep people in jobs. Now, I'm saying that America's future will lie not simply in serving its own market here in America, but there's going to be a rapidly rising, billion people strong, middle class, developing in Asia, wanting to buy the brand goods we produce here in America, wanting to get the most sophisticated products where the innovation is greatest in America. And America should be looking outwards so that the exit strategy from this crisis is actually benefiting from the Asian consumer revolution.
And you think it's not? You think it's looking inwards right now?
I think the danger at the moment is that people cut back on education, which is vital for the future, that people cut back on their international contacts because they think the solutions lie in national answers to their problems when they lie in global cooperation. And I think the danger is you have a 30-star protectionism where people relapse into currency wars, as we're seeing, or trade wars, or banning takeovers that have got cross-border ramifications, or simply a protectionism of the mind where anti-immigrant sentiment gets to the point that we're not really talking to each other in a way that means that we have a coordinated world.
The Federal Reserve did something and released some evidence that something quite extraordinary, that British banks were amongst those which were basically bailed out or